All right, so we have another fight to go along with UFC 305. Duplessis versus Adesanya. We got Steven Erceg versus Kai Car-France. And I was reviewing the fight cards from Pantoja versus Erceg, and on two scorecards, it was 2-2 going into the fifth. And if Erceg played his cards differently in the fifth round and came out on top, he would have been champion. After 4 fights, I think it was, in the UFC, he would have been champion. And I know I was like, where's this guy come from when he first got offered the title shot? Because I haven't seen him fight any of the big names. But now that I've seen him with Pantoja, he can hang in there with the big names. And Pantoja is a dominant champion. He has schooled Moreno 3 times, and he basically just handled Royval. In fact, honestly, I would like to see Royval versus Erceg. I think that the reach would match up better on paper, but I mean, that could happen in the future. However, with Pantoja, he's an amazing fighter, but he's not the biggest talker. He doesn't really sell the fights, I feel like he could be. And that's the thing with flyweight. A lot of people sleep on it, and I want to see flyweight succeed. And I think that's why I'm so critical towards the state of flyweight and how many people tune in on it and everything like that. But you see this bright, shining star in Erceg who can really just bring a lot of eyes to this division, and he has. I think he's actually earned a lot of the UFC's respect with what he's done in that title fight. And then seeing how he stacks up against Kai Car-France. One, I know Kai Car-France is an elite striker, but Erceg has proven that he can strike too. Look how well he did against Pantoja on the feet. It was really the grappling, in my opinion, that really kind of hurt him in that title fight. However, on the grappling aspect, he can for sure out-grapple Kai Car-France. So he's got more than one way to win this fight that I would have to say right now, looking at what I've seen from Steve Erceg, he definitely gets the job done. It could be by decision, it could be by knockout, it could be by submission, but I really do have him as a heavy favorite looking at this fight early on. I know Kai Car-France is an amazing addition to flyweight, and I like seeing him succeed too. I love watching Kai Car-France fight. It's just that seeing him be on this 2-fight losing streak, even though his last fight, a lot of people felt it was a robbery, and rightfully so. Whenever you have those split decisions, there's always going to be that controversy. I don't know how they score those cards. Honestly, I feel like Kai Car-France could have won that fight. But, he's going to want to bounce back. Am I saying he can't win? No. It's MMA. It just takes one shot, and we might see an upset of a century. But right now, heavy favorite going in, definitely Steve Erceg. And honestly, I do want to see Steve Erceg win this fight. Not because I hate Kai Car-France. Complete opposite, like I said again. But I do want to see just what happens when Steve Erceg has more times to face down the bigger names. Because he can defeat Kai Car-France, then he could go for another Pantoja fight. But what if he takes on Royval? That would be an even more better matchup too. And he takes on a couple of the top 5s right now while Pantoja is staying busy. But the longer he takes in this stratosphere of the UFC, the more seasoned he's going to be for that rematch with Pantoja, and the more that's going to hurt Pantoja when they rematch. Because that rematch right now seems like an inevitability. Unless somehow Steve Erceg loses every fight from here on out, I feel like he's going to see Pantoja again, and he's just going to be more ready. In fact, this fight with Kai Car-France, after I watched those Octagon interviews with Steve Erceg, you could tell he had a lot that he was reflecting on, and I like seeing that from a fighter who's brand new to the game, because once they take that first humbling loss in that stratosphere, they start saying, okay, I got a few things that I got to square away, and then back to the drawing board. He didn't complain about it. He expressed his disappointment, but he did say, he'll be back. and he's going to, and I think he's going to be back even better. So my fingers are crossed for Kai Kara, to be honest. And my early prediction, I'm going to go with Steve Erceg. But peace out. I'm looking forward to this one. Ciao.